संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार हमारा।
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
ఓ
प्रसादामयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव। यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवानीतिर्मतिर्मम।
जब भगवत गीता पढ़ना मैंने आरंभ किया, शुरू में तो मुझे ये लग रहा था कि एक धार्मिक किताब है, हिंदू धर्म का होने के नाते ये सारा मुझे पता होना चाहिए। लेकिन जैसे जैसे मैं अंदर चलता गया वैसे वैसे अंदरूनी बदलाव आता गया। कोई कहता है भगवान मिलेंगे गीता पढ़ने से, मुझे मिल चुके। कहाँ है भगवान? भगवत गीता स्वयं कहती है कि मैं तो बीज प्रदाता हूं। भगवान ने बीज प्रदान हम लोगों को किया, अंश रूप से वो हमारे अंदर स्थापित हो गए, और वो अंश रूप जो है वो हमारा आत्मा। क्या हम आत्मा से अंदर से संतुष्ट है? ये संतुष्टि का अभ्यास करना पड़ता है। देह तो मंदिर है भगवान का, देह भी सुंदर होना चाहिए, देह सुदृढ़ होना चाहिए, देह लचीला होना चाहिए, स्फूर्तिला होना चाहिए, क्योंकि मंदिर साफ नहीं रखेंगे तो भगवान अंदर बैठेंगे कैसे? और इसलिए नित्य योग तो करना ही चाहिए। और भगवत गीता योग भी सिखाती है, अष्टांग योग सिखाती है, कैसे बैठना है ये भी सिखाती है, कैसे सांस लेना ये भी सिखाती है। लेकिन यदि अंतिम कोई संदेश है भगवत गीता का तो वो ये है, तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु माम् अनुस्मरयत् च मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धिर मामे वैश्यस्य संशयम्। असंशय यदि मुझे प्राप्त होना है तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा? मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धिर, मन और बुद्धि अर्पण करके, तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु नित्य युक्ता उपासते। ये जो बात है कि मैं सदा सर्वदा उसके चिंतन में लगा रहूं, मन और बुद्धि से लगा रहूं, और युद्ध के समय पर तो ज्यादा लगा रहूं।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी, बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते कभी को विद कही सके कहाँ ते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योता ही मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा गीता परिवार हमारा ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा गीता परिवार हमारा।
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna to everyone. I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all for the second chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, Sankhya Yoga, the first part. It's an honor to have you all here to listen to our distinguished speaker who will be taking us through the essence of this valuable text. So before that, let us begin our session with prayer and the lighting the lamp. For prayer, I would like to call Damodar Jadhav Bhaiya. He is from Pune, serving as Technostar, associated with Geeta Parivar from January 2021. Damodar Bhaiya.
वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya, thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite Latika Prasad Didi. She resides in Ernakulam. She is a retired bank manager, serving as a trainer, and she is associated with Geeta Parivar since June 2022. Latika ji, please welcome.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Latika Didi. That was a very beautiful shrine you have. Now, we are all excited to hear the interpretation by our youngest program coordinator, our speaker tonight, Kavita Verma Didi. She has by-hearted whole Bhagavad Gita and she is Geeta Pravina. She is pursuing Advaita Vedanta and from Chinmay Vishwavidyapita. So without further ado, let us welcome our esteemed speaker, Kavita Didi, to enlighten us with the invaluable pearls of wisdom from second chapter. Welcome, Kavita Didi.
जय श्री कृष्ण. सदा शिव समारंभां व्यास शंकर मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम्. ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषणीम् भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषणी. Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to the interpretation session of second chapter. Second chapter is the Sankhya Yoga. Now this chapter is very interesting with the view of preaching also. Here it is believed that in the Bhagavad Gita begins in second chapter and ends in third chapter. So in Bhagavad Gita, the core preaching is in second and third chapter only. From fourth chapter onwards, God starts explaining whatever he told in second and third chapter. So you can see so many shlokas of second chapters are quoted many times in books, in articles. Even day-to-day life also, we use the shlokas of second chapter. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, or karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. In movies also, these shlokas are used. So these shlokas are pretty popular in among every in all the in the movies as well as in the books, in the articles. People use the teachings of second chapter many times in day-to-day life as well as in other things. So second chapter is very, very interesting. That's why we can say it is interesting. Then the Bhagavad Gita begins with the second chapter. This is the belief in according to Shankaracharya ji, Adi Shankaracharya ji, we all know him. So he believes that the preaching of Bhagavad Gita begins with the second chapter, 11th shloka. So in the first chapter, because in the first chapter only Arjuna is speaking, so Arjuna is telling about his mind. He is telling about how he's feeling. Everything it is said by Arjuna. God is not telling anything. He has not a single dialogue in first chapter. So it is believed like whatever God will tell, Bhagwan will tell, that becomes Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata, like Bhagwan himself told something. He sung the song. So when Bhagwan will sing, Bhagwan will tell, then only we will consider that this is the Upadesh. But in first chapter, only Arjuna speaks, Dhritarashtra speaks, Sanjaya speaks, but Bhagwan doesn't speak. He gives, so here with this thing, he teaches one thing also, like if the person, we will see the condition of Arjuna in first chapter. So when the person is very distressed, very depressed, he is having so much sorrow. So just listen him first. Not even in this situation, but in all the situations, we should have this, we should have patience to listen someone. We should have this habit. This is very good habit to listen someone. If we want to make friends, more friends, if we want to make, we want to interact more with the people, then just, this is the rule, this is the thumb rule. You listen more and you speak less. So if you have some conversation, 25% you speak, 75% you listen, then people will like you. So this is the trick I read somewhere. So Bhagwan is also listening without saying a single word. In entire first chapter, Arjuna is speaking and Bhagwan is listening with very much patience. So in first, second, and third chapter, we have Bhagavad Gita's preaching, and this is not the thumb. Like this is not the only thing. In second and third chapter, we have Bhagavad Gita, and fourth chapter, these chapters are not much interesting or not important. This is not like that. But Shankaracharya ji says in second and third chapter, we have the Mool Tattva, the core thing of the gist of Bhagavad Gita. Then the other things Bhagwan has explained more. Also, it is said that the 18th chapter is the Upsamhara, or the conclusion of entire Bhagavad Gita. And Shankaracharya himself says in 11th chapter, Swamiji also likes this shloka very much. In 11th chapter, 55th shloka, Mat karma krin mat paramo, mad bhakta sanga varjitaha. So this shloka, Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji says this shloka, one shloka, is the gist of entire Bhagavad Gita. And similarly, Gyaneshwar Mauli, he also says the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 78th shloka, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirma Tirmama. This is the gist of entire Bhagavad Gita. And different people, different Mahapurushas, they give different thoughts on Bhagavad Gita. So this is also one thought, that second and third chapter is having main gist of Bhagavad Gita, and then the entire Bhagavad Gita is the explanation of second and third chapter. So second chapter is very important, and the second chapter has all the aspects. It will cover Karma Yoga, it will cover Jnana Yoga, it will cover Bhakti Yoga. So all the things, everything we will see, the glimpses of entire Bhagavad Gita topics will come in the second chapter. So in the first chapter, how this Bhagavad Gita begins? So Bhagavad Gita begins with the scene where Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra, they both are sitting together and talking. Now we should know, like Dhritarashtra is blind, he can't see. Now he is asking to Sanjaya, tell me what is happening in Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, where this war is happening, war is going to happen. Pandavas are in one side, Kauravas are in other side, and they both are going to fight. And this will become Mahabharat. This is the biggest war ever. And this war is going to begin. And now Dhritarashtra, he is the father of Kauravas. He is asking what is happening in the Kurukshetra. So he's asking Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. So Bhagavad Gita begins with the dialogue of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra uvacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. And then he is asking what is happening. So Sanjaya also tells, the next shloka comes Sanjaya. Sanjaya uvacha. So in entire Bhagavad Gita we have 700 shlokas, and only one shloka is recited by Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra Vacha, that is first shloka of Bhagavad Gita, and begins with the word dharma. So the Bhagavad Gita begins with the word dha, and ends with the ma. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. The last shloka of Bhagavad Gita ends with the ma, and the first shloka of Bhagavad Gita begins with dha. So dha and ma begins with dha and ends with ma, dharma. So Bhagavad Gita, entire Bhagavad Gita is the Shastra of dharma. What is dharma? To define this thing, Bhagavad Gita is the tool, or Bhagavad Gita is the place where Bhagwan himself has this defined what is the real definition of dharma. So he starts, the Sanjaya starts telling what is happening in Kurukshetra. He tells that Dronacharya is there, Bhishma Pitama is there, and your son Duryodhana comes, and he tells, these are the people who are fighting from our side, these are the people who are fighting from their side, and both the clans are very strong. We cannot say who will win, because both are equally strong. They both have so many Maharathis, Rathis. So both the teams are very much prepared. Now the next thing comes about the Shri Krishna and Arjuna, what they are doing. So first, it is a very beautiful entry here in the Bhagavad Gita. So Tata Shvetairhayai Yukte, they say Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavad Gita they say Shri Krishna comes with Arjuna, or Arjuna comes with Shri Krishna with the on his chariot, with where he has four white color horses. So very beautiful picture is there. So very beautiful scene. We can just imagine entire first chapter in our mind if we just read with the meaning, and it is very interesting. It feels like we are just watching entire Mahabharata in front of us when we read first chapter. So he's saying Arjuna comes with Shri Krishna, and then he asks Shri Krishna, oh Shri Krishna, he is the charioteer of Sarthi of Arjuna. So he is saying, oh Shri Krishna, just bring my ratha, my chariot in front of both the Kauravas and Pandavas. So in between the Kauravas and Pandavas, you just place my chariot. So you just bring my ratha to there, where I can see both the Sena, both the clans, both the armies of Pandavas as well as Kauravas. And then Shri Krishna is doing the same. He brings the chariot there, and then what Arjuna says. So Arjuna is saying here, I want to see who all are there, who are fighting from their side, from Kaurava's side, and who all are fighting from my side. I want to analyze. And then Yotsemanana Veksheham Ya Etetra Samagataha Dhartarashtrasya Durbuddhe Yuddhe Priyachakishavaha. And यावदेतान् निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामान् अवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे in this battlefield with whom कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम कैहि मया सह योद्धव्यम with whom I have to fight. So he wants to analyze everything. Now this shows in this condition Arjuna is very confident. He is warrior because he has already done so many wars. So he's confident enough that I would be able to win over them. I will get the victory over them, and he is very confident, and he is asking Shri Krishna, I want to see both the clans. I want to see with whom I have to fight. So he is asking this thing. But suddenly, when he sees both the armies, and not only armies, but in the armies, there are people who are very dear to Arjuna, who are their own people, his own people. In the side of Pandavas, they are of course their own, his own people. That's why they are fighting from this side. But in opposite army also, there are people, Bhishma, Drona, his own sons. Now, his own brothers. Now all these relatives, all these friends are fighting against. How can I kill them? And then as he sees all this thing, his relatives fighting with him, and he just feels very dark depression. He get distressed. He get trapped by the delusion, moha. And suddenly the picture changes, the scene changes, the scene 2 comes. In first scene, he's very brave, he's very bold, he's confident, he's analyzing everything. And the next scene comes with the delusion, with the stress, with the depression of Arjuna. And he says, Sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishishyati. My gatrani, my body parts, limbs are trembling. He is trembling now. Sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishishyati. And my mouth is getting dry. Mukhancha parushishyati vepathuscha sharire me romaharshashcha jayate gandivam sansate hastat. Now the very, very strong point comes here. People say this is for the yodha, for the warrior. His Gandiv Dhanush, his bow is the thing, this is the ornament of a warrior. Arjuna, Gandiv, he got in the boon, the Gandiv Dhanush. And he says, this Gandiv Dhanush is sleeping from my hand. Now this is the condition of Arjuna. He is feeling very much sorrowful. He's very much distressed. He is affected by all these things, and he got into the depression, completely depression. And in the end, he says, I cannot fight against them. And in the end, he just sits in the behind of the chariot, and he says, I will not fight. So like this he says, and he sits in the behind to the chariot. So this is the condition of Arjuna. Now the character of Arjuna in this play, if you read Mahabharata, you will see the character of Arjuna is very brave, very bold. We cannot imagine such character in this in this pity condition, because you have sometimes some people, you must have some people around you whom you cannot imagine they are crying, especially if they are warrior. He is man and he's very bold. He has already faced so many things in the life. Even in Agyatavas, where he has to hide his identity for 1 year, and he was living in other kingdom, and somehow the Dhritarashtra, the son of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan and all, they found him. They didn't see, but they got to know that the Arjuna is living in this kingdom. So they just started attacking on that kingdom. They went and they attacked on that kingdom. And Arjuna was living not as Arjuna, but as Brihannala. he just hide he to hide his identity. He was living as Prihannala, not as Arjuna. And suddenly when they attacked on this kingdom, he alone fought with all the army of Kauravas, where Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, all these people were there, and he fought and he got victory over them. So this is the condition of Arjuna. He never got nobody got victory over him. It never happened that he ever lost any war, etc. And this type of brave, bold Arjuna, who has all the powers in hand, and he is having Sarthi as Shri Krishna, and this type of Arjuna is acting like this. He is now completely depressed. Now you see the what is the condition of Arjuna now, and what is the situation there in the Mahabharata, the field of Mahakurukshetra, filled with so many with armies and so many ashwa, elephants, horses, so many things are there. And in this condition, Arjuna is now started shivering. His body has started feeling like he's fainted now. He's nothing. He is unable to do anything, even to move. He is not able to move. And in this condition, Bhagavan says to Arjuna that he tells the entire Bhagavad Gita to this type of Arjuna. Now, just think about the condition of Arjuna, and then think about ourselves, how we also get these feelings sometimes in our life. As a student, sometimes before the exam, we have some same condition, same mind state. We are the office worker, office employee, then also we get sometimes these feelings like nothing is happening, what is going on, everything is wrong, very negativity comes. And sometimes, as in family also, you are the householder, or you are the person who is handling your family, then in family also sometimes these situations comes when we don't understand what is happening. So this happens to us also. So now Bhagavad Gita is told to this type of Arjuna, not to warrior, but the Arjuna who is very much stressed. To this Arjuna, Bhagwan will tell the entire Bhagavad Gita. So the Bhagavad Gita can be like the remedy for the depression, for the remedy for the medicine for the stress, or all these things. If we read Bhagavad Gita, we teach Bhagavad Gita, we bring Bhagavad Gita into our life, then all these things, depression, etc., will never come to our life. So, so the second chapter begins with the Upadesha of Bhagavan, but in the beginning, in 10 shlokas also, the same thing will continue. He will tell, Arjuna will speak more, but still we have two dialogues, two shlokas by Bhagavan also. So let's begin with the second chapter. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Dvitiyodhyāyah. Sanjaya Uvacha. Tantatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashnupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha. So Arjuna, here Sanjay ji is telling to Dhritarashtra, he tells that with this type of Arjuna, what kind of Arjuna? He tells about the condition of Arjuna in one shloka. Tantatha kripaya vishtam ashnupurna kulekshanam. The person, Arjuna, is completely stressed. Kripaya vishtam. He is filled with the pity, with the cowardness. He is very scared right now. Kulekshanam. His eyes are filled with the water. So he is not able to see the clear picture. Because sometimes when you are crying, you are about to cry, or you are crying, your eyes are filled with the tears. So it becomes blur, everything becomes blur. Similarly for Arjuna also, now everything is becoming blur. So he is not able to see Shri Krishna clearly. And with the tears, he is speaking all these things. The previous shlokas we have seen, and will speak further also. And with this type of Arjuna, So I expression is very important in dance also, in drama also, in many situations when we see people, maybe they are not expressing with the lips, they are not speaking anything, but their eyes tell everything. So sometimes our we just start reading people's eyes. So in our eyes, all the expressions come. So here also, Arjuna, when Bhagwan is describing, or Sanjay ji is describing Arjuna, he describes his eyes, how his eyes are. So his eyes are filled with the tears. He's not able to see completely the picture in front of him. And also, when we see dance drama, as I told, so in there also we express so many things with the eyes. Sometimes hand movements are going wrong, but eyes movements are very important. So he's describing his eyes. And Vishidantam idam vachyam. He is completely depressed. Vishidantam. He's doing vishad. He is grieving. He is crying. Vakyam idam vakyam uvacha. Idam, this sentence or these things are told by Madhusudana to Arjuna. Madhusudana, who killed the Rakshasa demon called Madhu. His name is Madhu. So he got the title Madhusudana. So Sri Krishna is telling this type of Arjuna. He told in one shloka how's the condition of Arjuna is. And this type of Arjuna, Bhagwan is telling what he is telling. Now this is for us. Whenever we feel low, whenever we feel depressed, whenever we feel nothing is happening in the life, what we should do, everything, then these shlokas are for us. We should always read with the meaning. And we have different commentaries by different Mahapurushas, different great souls, and we should try to read all the commentaries. One shloka you can read from different books by different people. So we should try to do this. We will get more and more joy when we read again and again same shloka by different teachers, different masters, because they have different experiences, and according to their experience they have written something in the commentary. So when we read these things, we get different experience of different great souls. So we should try to do this practice. It will give you joy. So Shri Bhagavan. Now what Bhagavan is saying to this Arjuna, Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anaryajushtamaswaryam akirtirkaram Arjuna. So he akirtikaram Arjuna. So he's saying, like, suppose we are here in the place of Bhagavan. Maybe Bhagavan Shri Krishna is not there, but we are there. What we will do? We will give so much sympathy, empathy to Arjuna. We will pamper him. We will be pampering him. But Bhagavan is not like that, because he knows the real strength of Arjuna. He doesn't need pampering, etc. He doesn't need any kind of support, but he just needs mental support. He doesn't need any physical support. He doesn't need any shoulder to just cry for crying. He needs some motivational words. He's because Arjuna is the warrior. He has done so many fights. He has done so many wars, and he got victory over them. So he knows how to fight. He knows what to do, what is the right, what is not right. But in this condition, he got delusion. He got more because of his own people are fighting with him. So because of this condition only, he got little distracted. So now Bhagwan is not pampering him. He is directly saying Kutaha, Kutastva kashamal midam. So in this situation, in this opposite situation, you are getting this cowardness. From where you are getting this cowardness? In this situation means in the battlefield. You are the warrior. This is the battlefield. What you are supposed to do? Are you supposed to do this? Are you here for crying? No. You are here to do fight. You have bow, you have your Gandiv Dhanush, and you have to fight. You cannot run away from this battlefield. Now Bhagwan is saying, from where you got this cowardness? Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anaryam. Anarya justam. So this is Anaryajushtam. It is not done by great souls, not done by your ancestors, your elders who are very great. Anaryam, na Aryam. Like this is not done by Aryam, like the great souls, the great people. They don't do this. What? So as a warrior, this is your Swadharma to fight, and you are not fighting, but you are saying that you na yotsa iti govindam, na yotsya, you don't want to do fighting. This is not done by the great people, and you are coming from this param, the tradition, the tradition of great souls. Your ancestors are Pururava. You are having very, very, glorious background, family background, and then you are crying, you are expressing your sorrow like this in the field of war in this time. So Vishame Samupasthitam, how can you do this right now? This is Anaryajushtam. This is not done by good people. What he wants to tell? He wants to tell that whatever great people are telling, we should always watch them, watch their action, and we should always follow them. If they don't do something, we should also not do. So this is the trick. If you want to know whether you are going on the right path or not, how can you analyze? You don't have all the knowledge. You don't have that much mind. So what we will do, we as a common people, how we will know whether it is right or wrong? So we have to go to the history. We should read history. We should study, and we should know what Gandhiji did in this condition, what other Bhagat Singh did, what other great people Adi Shankaracharya did, and according to their action, we should define our action, because they have done in this condition when they got this condition, and their action was this. So our action should be like this only. So this is the trick, how to know whether I'm going on right path or not. So it's saying Anaryajushtam, whatever you are doing is not done by great people. That means you are going in the wrong direction. Anaryajushtam aswargyam. And also this will not provide you swarga, because in first chapter Arjuna has talked about the dharma and all these things. Adharma, Bhivavat Krishna, Pradushyanti, Kulastriya, etc. etc. So he's talking about more about dharma perspective, dharma aspects. So he's saying dharma, why people follow dharma? So with the dharma, we will get swarga, we will get heavenly things. But by doing this, you will not get heaven, you will not get swarga. Why you will not get swarga? So the answer he will tell in 37th shloka, Hatova Prapsasi Swargam, we will see later. So he will tell everything. So why will you not get swarga? He gives complete logic. Bhagwan is not saying anything with the bhava, like feelings in the flow. He is telling something. But each and every word he is uttering from his mouth, it's completely logical. So he gives logics also later. So Anaryajushtam aswaryam akirtirkaram Arjuna. And people will not admire this action. People will not admire you, or they will not praise you. And then this thing also he will explain in 36 sloka, avachya vadansh bahun vadishyanti tavahita, etc. So he will tell everything. So akirtir, this will not give you kirti. This will not be appreciated by the people in future also, and now also. People will say Arjuna was there as a warrior, and he just got he was coward. He just went away, or he just ran away from the battlefield. You will never be appreciated. So it will not give you kirti, any great anything. So kutastva kashmalamidam. So he is saying, oh Arjuna, what you are doing? He is not showing any sympathy, etc. He is just saying. And then in the next shloka, he some kind of scolding. He scolds Arjuna. Klaivyam asmagamah partha naitatvayupapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktotishta parantapa. He's saying Klaivyam asmagamah partha. Klaivyam means he's saying this is not done by the man. You are your act is like, it is unmanliness, napumsakta. So Klaivyam Masmagam of Partha, don't do this. Now this is something he is saying to the warrior. Now just think the person who knows music, and you think you say to that person, oh, you are just singing like a crow, how it feels. Similarly, when he is saying Klaivyam Masmagamaha, don't be like napumsak, or don't act like unmanliness. So it is similar to that expression. If you see someone who sings very good, but you are saying you are singing like a crow. So this is like, it will hurt Arjuna. It will hurt the soul of Arjuna. I am the warrior. How Bhagwan can say this word to me? Klaivyam masmagam of Partha naitattvayupapadyate. This doesn't fit you, because you are the warrior and you are crying. A warrior cannot cry. So it doesn't fit you, doesn't suit you. And then Naitattvayupapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam. This, the pittiness of hridaya, your heart, just tyaktva uttishta parantapa. Stand up. Just give up this thing and stand up. You are not a weak person. You are not at all a weak person. You have already fought with the people, and you have got victory over them. So again, you have to fight with these people. So it doesn't suit you, and you should just renounce, or you should just give up all your sorrow, all your depression, all your pittiness, and just stand up for the fight. In one sentence, he tells everything. Like, this is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. He is telling the purpose. Whatever he will tell further in the Bhagavad Gita, just to fulfill this purpose. He wants Arjuna to fight against the Kaurava Sena. So whatever he will tell, he will just motivate in entire Bhagavad Gita to do yuddha, to do war. Now the motivation will come with the adhyatma, spirituality. So yes, he will tell the logical things also, the logic behind the yuddha, why he should fight, and also the adhyatmic view, the spiritual view, with the view of his spirituality. If you want to get swarga, or if you want to get moksha, for everything you have to fight. It is not just for physical wealth or kingdom, but because he said in the first chapter, Nakangshe Vijayam Krishna Nacharajyam Sukhani cha. So I don't want to win over them. I don't want the happiness, worldly pleasure. So like this, he told in the first chapter, Arjuna told to Sri Krishna. So Krishna is telling this is not for worldly pleasures only. This is not for getting victory over them. This fight, this entire war is not for that. It has some other purpose also. The supreme purpose of life also comes here. So he will tell in the Bhagavad Gita. So Shudram Hridayat Daurbalyam Tyaktotishta Parantapa. And Swamiji, Param Puja Swamiji explains very nicely. He tells, like, this shloka gives the confidence to the youth today. If one shloka which can give instant confidence, if you are feeling low, if you are unconfident somewhere, so Swamiji says this shloka gives instant confidence. And confidence is very important in the life. So we have this famous quotation, if health is lost, everything is lost, something is lost. Sorry, if wealth is lost, something is lost. If health is lost, everything is lost. Swamiji adds here one more line. If confidence is lost, everything is lost forever. So if you don't have confidence, you cannot do. Maybe everything you can lost once, and then you can lose once everything. But if you have confidence, you can gain again. But if you don't have confidence, then never ever you will be able to get it back. So whatever wellness, whatever wealth, etc. you have, reputation you have, if you lose your confidence, then you can never get it back. So confidence is the key of every success. Confidence is the very significant and important element in our life. So that's why Swamiji says, like, if you lose your confidence, that means you are losing everything forever. You will never get it back. So confidence is very important. Like we have Stephen Hawking, we can see his condition. he was there, so like full paralyzed. His body was full paralyzed, but still he had belief in himself. He can do. He has the knowledge. Whatever knowledge he has in his mind, he knows that knowledge. He knows his strength. He can do. Even his body parts are not moving. He cannot speak. He cannot move his body, but still he can do whatever he wants, and he did. We know him very so like we know him, whatever he has done in his life in this condition. So now we have everything available with us, so why we can't do? Because we don't know sometimes our strength, our in strength which is inside. We have to find out, we have to get it out. So he's saying Shudram Hridaya Daurbalyam, this is small pettiness, this Shudram, this thing, you just give up and stand up for the fight. So the fourth shloka again, Arjuna comes. Okay, Lord, okay, Bhagwan, you are saying this is right. Maybe you are, because you are Bhagwan, you are always right. And also, genuinely, Arjuna has so much respect, deep respect for the Shri Krishna, and we will see this respect in next shlokas. So Arjuna says, but still I have this question in my mind. You are saying I should be fighting with all these people, but how? Katham bhishmamaham sankhye, Arjuna uvacha. Katham bhishmamaham sankhye, Dronancha madhusudana, ishubhih pratiyotsyami, pujarha varisudana. He's saying, okay, you are saying I should fight with all these people, but how? How can I fight with Bhishma Pitamaha? So, like Bhishma Pitamaha was brahmachari. He, we know his story. So, so as a brahmachari, he used to wear white clothes only. And Arjuna was playing in the mud when he was a small boy, and he was coming and sitting in his lap, and he never minded, like he never minds Bhishma Pitama that Arjuna is sitting, so my clothes will be dirty. He never did thought like this. So this much love Bhishma Pitama had for Arjuna, even have for Arjuna. So now this much connection he has with the Bhishma Pitama. He respects Bhishma Pitama like anything. He respects a lot. He loves him a lot. So now how can I fight against him, Bhishma Pitama? He is very, very dear to me. Dronacharya, Dronam. So Dronacharya, almost he considers Arjuna his own Ashwathama son. Dronacharya's son's name is Ashwathama. So he's saying he considers me as his son, and he taught me everything. The person who gave me strength, by using this strength, how can I harm him? How can I fight against him? Isn't it? It is very, it is showing my ahankar. He has taught me everything, and now I'm fighting with his vidya, with his knowledge. I'm fighting against him. How can I do this? Katham bhishma maham sankhye dronam cha madhusudana. Oh Madhusudana, oh Shri Krishna, how can I fight against these people? Dron and Bhishma Pitama, Ishubhi Pratiyotyami, with the arrows. How can I use my arrows to them, against them? What kind of people these are? How they are, like they should be worshipped by me. Pujar Havarisudana, they should be worshipped by me. And hey Arisudan, you are Arisudan, and then the name of Shri Krishna. So in Bhagavad Gita, you have different names of Shri Krishna and Arjuna, told by Shri Krishna and Arjuna for each other. So we have different names, like we can have the list, or long list in our mind of Shri Krishna's name and Arjuna's name. So again, he is using another word, Arisudana. So, oh Arisudana, who kills the Shatrus or enemies. So, hey Arisudana, how they should be worshipped by me, and you are saying I should fight against them, I should use my arrows against them. How it is possible? How can you say like this? I can't do this. He's saying, and then he becomes more, he comes with the flow, with the feelings. He comes and he says, Gurun hatva hi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshamapi haloke Hatvartha kamanstu guru nihaiva Bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdhan. So here the chanda, the meter is also used. This is called Trishtuk chanda, Trishtuk meter. So it is showing like from Anushtuk, Vedavyasa is writing Mahabharata. So he is switching from Trishtuk to Anushtuk to Trishtuk. So it is showing the situation is more like Arjuna's heart is more melted here. It is more melting. He is more coming with the feelings, with the flow. Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan teyo bhoktum bhaikshamapi haloke. I consider this is better to go and beg in front of people. I will be beggar, and it is better to do this than killing my gurus, my own teachers, my masters, my dear ones, my like my people whom I love a lot. Hatvartha kamamstu guru nihaiva. And Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshamapi haloke. When he says it is better to beg in front of people, that means it doesn't like sometimes we also say these words when we haven't faced the situation. We think this is very easy to begging in front of people. But Arjuna has already done this thing. After Lakshagraha incident, he has done this thing, begging in front of people. So he knows how it feels. As a warrior, he went and he became beggar type of, it comes in the condition. So he knows how it feels. Then also he's not saying just by assuming in his mind that I will become beggar. No, he has done this work for some time, and then he's saying by comparing them these two situations, because killing these people, it is better if I become beggar. I just start asking for bhiksha to the homes, and I just live my life. I don't want this kingdom. I don't want to become king. I don't want to enjoy these worldly objects, because hatvartha kamamstu guru nihaiva. After killing my own gurus, bhunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan. So these all the worldly objects, after killing my own people, my own guru, whatever objects, the kingdom, the wealth, the respect I will get, it will be stained by the blood of my own guru. Mahanubhavan, like they are most noble people for me, most noble, Mahanubhavan. And for after getting their blood and the things which are stained by their blood, how can I use these objects for my sake, for my happiness? I cannot do. So he's very much, coming with the flow. And the next sloka, Nachaitad vidmah kataranno gariyo yadva jayema yativano jayeyuhu yani vahatva najijevishamas teva sthitaf pramukhe dharta rashtraha. He's saying why we do some work. Whenever we start doing something, we know some purpose behind it. We have some purpose behind it, or we think about the result, what will happen after doing this. So he's saying, Nacha etad vidmaha, we don't know, kataranno gariyo, whether it is good or not to fight against Kauravas, it is good or not, it is dharma or adharma, we don't know. And yadva jayema yadi vano jayeyuhu, we don't know what will be the result, whether we will win or they will win. We don't know. Now he is thinking about the result, and when we think about the result, the same thing happens with us also, like Arjuna is facing. So this yadva jayema yadi vano jayeyu, this line is teaching us never think about the result, and this answer will be given by Shri Krishna in 47 shloka karmanyeva adhikaraste. But here also we can just have this thing in our mind. So whenever you start doing something, don't think about the result. Yadva jayema yadivano jayeyu, whether we will get or not, whether we will be winner or not. So don't think, otherwise the same condition will come in your mind also, like Arjuna is thinking. He is facing the sorrow, you will also face if you will think in this way. So Yane Vahatva Najijivishamas. After killing these people, even we don't want to live our life. Najijivishamas. We don't want to live. I don't wish to live after killing them. After killing whom? So Yeva Sthitaf Pramukhe Dhartarashtraha. So all the Dhritarashtra's sons or the relatives, the people who are related with the Dhritarashtra, Dhartarashtraha. So the people who are related with the Dhritarashtra, they are also related with the me, because I am also related with Dhritarashtra. So we are related with each other. How can I kill them and live my life? I don't want to live my life after killing them. So, and the purpose also I don't know. I don't know the result. I don't want to live after them. Then why should I fight? In next shloka. So now Arjuna in first shloka, in first chapter also, until here also, he has shown so many knowledgeable things, whatever knowledge he has. And if you analyze all the arguments of the Arjuna given in the first chapter till here, you will find very appropriate. You will find, yeah, Arjuna is right. He should not fight. It is good to beg in front of people, and it is better than the fighting with his own people. He will kill the Arjuna, Bhishma Pitama and Guru Dronacharya. This is not the good thing. This is not the right thing. So maybe Arjuna is right. So till here, if you don't know the scene after that, and you are unknown with unaware with further things in Mahabharata, then you will think Arjuna is right. Because he has intellectual, of course, he is a big warrior, scholar person, but still, Bhagwan will come. So in this shloka, he says, till the sixth shloka, he has shown his knowledge, but in this shloka, he will do what he should do, the real thing, and what we should do also in this condition, what we should do. So this shloka is very important. So it is highlighted by many great people in their commentaries also. It is also said somewhere that if you write 108 times the shloka Karpanya Dosho, you will get the solution of your problem. If you are in extreme problem, then you can do this. This is said in somewhere. So also people do japa of the shloka. So what is the shloka? Karpanya Dosho Pahatas Swabhavaha Prichhami Tvan Dharma Sammudha Chetaha Yachreyasyanishchitam Bruhi Tanme Shishyasteham Shadhiman Tvam Prapannam. What he's saying, we know they are both, Arjun and Shri Krishna, they are very good friends. But here they have one more relationship, that is Guru and Shishya, master and disciple. So in this shloka, we get to know that Shri Krishna, Arjuna considers Shri Krishna as his guru, as his master. And then he says, Karpanya dosho pahatas swabhavaha. My mind, my nature has trapped by the cowardness and by the delusion. Karpanya dosho pahatas swabhavaha. Prichhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha. Dharma sammudha chetaha. I don't know what is dharma, what is adharma, what I should do, what I should not do. He told his opinion, I will not fight, but in the flow only he told. But here he is accepting that I don't know really what should I do. Dharma sammudha cheta. I am completely confused about the dharma, adharma. So I am prichhami, tvam prichhami. I am asking you, and you tell me, yachreyasyanishchitam bruhi tanme. A real shishya always do this. This is the quality, good quality of real shishya. What is that? So whatever good for me, oh Shri Krishna, you tell me that thing. Whatever good. So if you are sugar patient, you will go to the doctor. Like we have two types of patient. One, they will always ask, don't give me injection, I don't like. Don't give me this, I don't like. They have their likes and dislikes first. They give first priority to their likes and dislikes. And there are other patients or other students who don't give much priority to their likes and dislikes. You tell me, doctor, you give me that medicine, whether it is sweet or not, doesn't matter. You give me that injection, you give me glucose, whatever you want, you give me, but I should get out of this problem or this problem. So health issue or something. So the real shishya or real patient or real the person who really wants good for them, they should always ask their elders, tell me whatever is good for me. Yat shreyasyan nishchitam. There are two words, shreya and prayer. Shreya means whatever good for us, and prayer means whatever we love. So there is two things. So he is not saying whatever he loves. So Shri Krishna, you tell me that. No, whatever good for me, whether it is lovable or not, I will do that. So he's ready to do whatever is good. So yachreyasyan nishchitam bruhitanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. I am your shishya, disciple. Teham, your, aham, I am your shishya, and teach me whatever good to me. I have taken refuge in you. So this is the dialogue where Arjuna ends. Okay, we have one more shloka, but here after that he says, so this shloka, the Karpanya dosha, is very important, and we should always, as a student, we should always follow that. Nahi prapashyami mama panudyat yacho kamucho shanamindriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatna mriddham rajyam suranam apichadhipatyam. So a king, what he can ask for his kingdom? So one thing, prosperity, his praja should be happy, good. And another thing is, he can ask for, he should not have any enemy. Like for us also, we don't want enemies. We have big celebrities with their security guards. We feel like they are celebrities, but just ask them how they feel. They are keeping security guards because of their safety. So they have so much safety issues. Now, how much fear they will have in their mind. So we never want enemies. That's why we should speak like that. We should act like that. We should behave like that, so that our enemies will nobody will become our enemy, and we should try to act like that only. So he's saying, even though I get the kingdom where it is completely we have prosperity and we don't have any enemy, and maybe I get victory over the Suranam Rajyam, like on Swargaloka, on heaven also. Then also these happiness, this is the extreme pleasure he can, as a warrior, he can expect, he can think, he can imagine. These pleasures also, if I get, these pleasures will not be able to remove my sorrow. The current condition, I cannot overcome with this. So this much problematic situation is right now. So yachoka muchoshanam indriyanam, this thing like this is just completely drying my sense organs. This situation, the mind situation, I cannot get out of this thing. So in next shloka, Sanjaya uvacha. Now this ends with the here Arjuna's dialogue ends, and then Sanjaya says. So Sanjaya says, Eva muktva hrishikesham gudakeshaf parantapa na yotsya iti govindam uktva tushnim babhuvaha. So like this, he has told Arjuna Gudakesha means, it is said Arjuna did not sleep for 6 months. He was practicing not to sleeping for 6 months, and he used to sit on the branch which was just above to the pond. So whenever he was sleeping, he was just getting into the pond. So he didn't sleep for 6 months. So that's why he got the title called Gudakesha. So this Gudakesha, Arjuna told all these things to Shri Krishna, and na yotsya iti govindam, I will not fight, O Govinda, O Shri Krishna. And like this he said, and he became silent. Tushnim babhuvaha. And then the Bhagavad Gita begins with Tamuvacha Hrishikesha prahasanniva bharata sena yorubhayor madhye vishidantam idam vacha. So the seed of Bhagavad Gita comes in this shloka. the word only Sanjaya only telling Tamuvacha, this thing he said. Who said? Shri Krishna, Rishikesha said. And how the Rishikesha is Prahasannya. He is smiling. And Senayoru Bhayor Madhye, in the between the both the armies, who is there? Arjuna and Shri Krishna. Arjuna's condition is Vishidantam, he is depressed. Tam Prati. To this Arjuna, Shri Krishna told. How he told? Prahasannya, smiling with a smile. Now this is the key of Bhagavad Gita. We'll see other shlokas also later. So let's complete today's session with this. We will see other shlokas. We will do Sankirtanam. So what he said, what Shri Krishna will tell, this there the real Bhagavad Gita will begin according to Shankaracharya ji. So real Upadesha of Bhagavad Gita, 11th shloka of 2nd chapter. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Kavita Didi. You have showcased the innate ability to explain the complex concepts in simple and concise language so that everyone could understand the essence of the 2nd chapter. Thank you so much. Now we have Nivedita Didi to take up the ending prayer. But before that, the session is open for any queries. So please raise your hand and on your cameras if you have any questions to Kavita Didi. Please raise your hand if you have any questions. Okay. So I assume that nobody have any questions or any doubts in this chapter. So we'll move ahead. Okay. So before closing, we have ending prayer by Nivedita Didi. Nivedita Didi is from Kottur, Karnataka. She is a housewife serving as Technostar with Geeta Parivar. And she is with us from June 2023. I'm sorry, Jan 2022. Okay, Nivedita Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Start karo Didi.
Yes, please.
Yogesham Pachinadam Vasudevam Suravipriyam Dharmagautapakau Veeram Krishnau Vande Jagadguru Krishnau Vande Jagadguru. Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Nivedita Didi. You have a very sweet voice. Okay, so I would request all the participants to stay until the Hanuman Chalis chanting is done. And also there is an announcement regarding the new batch, which is starting from June 2nd. This would be the 26th level 1 batch. So please share this banner to your relatives, friends. Let them also get the benefit of learning Geeta. Jai Shri Krishna. Please stay until the Hanuman Chalis is done. Thank you.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।